You have got 5 AI tools running in your business right now, maybe even more. And if you are honest with yourself, you're not sure what half of them are actually even doing. Now, you probably signed up for some of these tools because someone told you it was a must have in your business, a YouTuber perhaps, an IG reel you came across on Cloud Code or ChatGPT, a peer in an AI mastermind seminar, or even a sales call that made a very compelling case. And now it's just sitting there for months, billing you, not doing much of anything inside your operation. Here's something you probably wished you heard sooner. The popular pick and the right pick of an AI tool are not the same thing, not even close in some of these categories that we are going to discuss. Now, I'm going to walk you through 5 categories that every business owner ends up needing, from lead generation to an AI assistant second brain to sales agent, a CRM, and a workflow automation. And in every single one of these categories, I'm going to show you the tool everyone points you to online, why it falls apart for a business your size, and what I've actually seen work instead. By the way, if you are new to this channel, my name is Lobo. My brother and I have been running our own AI agency for the last 2 years now called LVL Automations. We have worked with 10 plus businesses globally, from real estate to insurance, mortgage, call centers, restaurants, barbershops, and online coaches, offering them personalized AI systems. So if you want to work with us to set up an AI system for your business, check out the first link in the description to book a call with our team. Now let's get into the video. First up, we've got lead generation department. Now everyone points you towards Apollo, Appify, and most recently with this whole cloud hype online, they say connect cloud with web prospecting to generate a list of your ideal ICP for free. And I get it, it's cheap, it's free, it's got a massive database, you can scrape thousands of leads in an afternoon. But you got to ask yourself one single question: cheap leads at what cost exactly? So if you are casting a wide net into the ocean looking for every company in your target market at $5 per thousand leads, ask yourself, are those leads even verified and qualified? So you are buying a list of people who you think might actually want your service based on data that is like 6 months old, and hoping a cold call or an email lands the sale before one of your competitors even gets there first. Now, if you are an established business and if your budget actually allows it, quality beats cost every single time. And here's the shift that actually matters in this day and age. Instead of chasing leads you might think want your service, why not catch the ones already looking for it right now on the live web? And here's what I mean. That's the difference between using something like LeadMe Pro and Apollo or Claude. So instead of outdated data and guessing whether a cold call turns into a sale, you know exactly who's actively in the market for what you're selling. So this tool, LeadMe Pro, tracks the live web. So it's pretty much like a monitoring system and updates your CRM in real time with unlimited high intent verified quality leads. So you pretty much catch your ideal ICP leads the minute they search for what you sell. Now this is the only lead generation system out there that works for both B2B and B2C leads, but it does come at a cost. So if you are targeting leads outside the USA, this isn't the right fit. So it's something worth knowing before you actually commit to this tool. So as it pulls from both B2B and B2C data of over 220 million consumer records and 110 million business records in the USA only. But if you are a business targeting USA leads or consumers, this is the difference between chasing and attracting. And the difference shows up directly in your close rate. Like these businesses you see on the screen right now, from industries, from insurance, mortgage, and even online production. Now having leads coming in is only half the problem in any business. Tool number 2 is your AI assistant, your second brain, or even your LLM. Now, businesses in 2026 are just getting started with training some of their staff members on how to use ChatGPT to speed up their day-to-day tasks. I know this because that's my dad's bank in the Middle East right now. Just getting them familiar with how to incorporate GPT into their daily workflows. And look, I'm not here to tell you it's outdated like a 4 years ago, 2022 kind of tool. It's actually quite good at what more people online give it credit for. So it remembers stuff about you without even you doing anything. You mention your business once and it holds onto that for a while. It'll talk to you out loud now, actual conversations, and not just typing like back and forth. It can even whip up an image right now, there in the chat, and it's one of the most enhanced image generation LLM right now. And honestly, if you just need a quick answer to something simple, nothing beats how fast it actually gets there. So if that's all you need from an LLM, like an assistant, fair enough, you can go ahead and keep using ChatGPT. But here's where it actually starts falling apart. So the second you try to use it as an actual second brain, not just like a search bar with better manners like Google, try dropping in like a real contract, a full set of data sets, SOPs, a year's worth of client notes, asks it to think across all of that at once, connect the dots, give you something useful. It starts losing the thread halfway through. Not because it's like, dumb, it's just working with a smaller window than Claude, roughly two-thirds the size. And that's the actual test for like an assistant or a second brain. Not like does it remember my company name. It's like can it hold my whole business in its head and still think straight. That's the moment ChatGPT taps out and Claude doesn't. So if you're just chatting with it, asking it like random questions on day-to-day basis like Google, either one is fine. I would stick with ChatGPT. But if you're trying to run your business through it, that gap is the whole ball game, and that's where Claude actually steps in. Okay, so number three department is sales and customer support. So this is pretty much where you're going to replace your human receptionist of $2,500 every single month with a voice agent. So the name everyone throws around right now on the web is Bland AI. And if you did not hear about it, the credit is where credit's due. Bland is genuinely strong at literally one thing, which is high volume outbound calling. So if you need to blast like 1,000 calls a day, it's fast and it's often cheaper than the alternatives out there, which is Rappi and retail. But that's not your job. Your job is getting calls inbound. Someone calls your business and the AI needs to sound like it actually belongs to your business. Custom conversation specific to how you actually talk to customers. So in your brand voice and tone. That's where Bland's pre-built templates stop being enough. The second your use case falls outside the common templates already built into Bland, you're not configuring it yourself anymore. You're actually waiting on the engineering team, and the support response time is a known weak point if you don't have a developer staff on board to bridge that gap while you wait. That's why the alternative tool, Vapi, runs in the opposite direction. It takes more setup up front. You're choosing the language model, choosing the voice, building the call flow instead of actually dropping into a template. That's way more work on day one, but once it's built, you literally own it, full control over how it actually handles a real conversation. And that's what actually makes it hold as an actual receptionist and not just like a calling AI templated machine. All right, so leads are coming in. Your AI assistant, your AI brain knows exactly what your business is and how it operates. Your calls are being handled, so your sales team is not being burnt out. Now, all of that information needs somebody to actually live. So number four is your CRM. Now, Salesforce is a name that comes up first because it's the one everyone's heard of till date. And sure, it can do almost everything, but that's actually the problem. You end up paying for modules you will never even touch in your operation, sitting through onboarding calls that talk about features built for a sales team of 50 and watching the monthly bill creep up every single time you want to add one more person or even one more automation to the stack. So talk to any business owner out there who's actually tried to run it with a team of say 5 to 15, and you'll hear the same version of the story over and over again. Someone spends weeks setting it up right, fields gets customized, pipeline gets built, it looks great in the demo, then the team gets access, and within a month, half of them are back to tracking things in an Excel spreadsheet or Google Sheets on the side because Salesforce felt like too much just to log a single phone call. Now, Go High Level actually flips that whole equation, and not because it's a dumbed down version, it's because everything you'd normally have to bolt onto Salesforce through 5 different integrations is just literally built into one single dashboard of custom plug and play. Your pipeline, your calendar, your automations all living in the same place from call, text, emails all in one inbox instead of actually scattered across 4 apps. If a lead books a call, it can automatically text them a reminder, follow up if they don't show up, and drop them into a new pipeline stage without you touching a thing. And building that isn't some technical project. If you can drag lines from one box to another on a screen, you can literally build the automation yourself. That's really the whole pitch. So if you can connect a line on a page, you can literally use Go High Level, say tomorrow. Number 5 is workflow automation. Zapier is where almost everyone starts, and it's for a reason. It's 2 apps, 1 trigger, 1 action, and you're literally done in 10 minutes without ever touching a single line of code. So if your business is doing something simple, and that's genuinely fine, you do not have to overthink the AI tool for workflow automation. Where it starts breaking down, however, is the moment your automation actually needs to think. Add a few conditions, a retry function if something fails, a branch depending on what a customer says, and Zapier's interface starts working against you instead of actually for you because it wasn't just built for that kind of logic. And then there's the part nobody budgets for. Zapier charges per task, meaning every single step inside a workflow counts against you. A 5-step automation running 1,000 times isn't 1,000 charges, it's 5,000. So the better your automation performs, the more it actually costs you to keep it running. So success pretty much gets taxed. Now, N10 was built the other way around. It charges per full workflow run, not per step. So a 20-step process running 1,000 times is 1,000 executions, not 20,000. That alone changes the economics at any real volume. But the cost isn't even the main reason to switch from Zapier to N10 for workflow automation. It's what N10 can actually build. real branching logic, error handling, workflows that call an AI model, reason through a decision, and take the next action based on what it finds, not just move data from box A to box B. That's the difference between automation and agentic, something that can actually think through a task on your behalf. Okay, but the trade-off is real when using N10, and I won't pretend it isn't there. N10 does have a learning curve, so it's not like a simple drag and drop like using Zapier or Go High Level, which is exactly why this is a get someone to build it properly once for you and then run it for life, not like figure it out yourself on a Tuesday morning category. However, once it's built right for your business, you want something that scales with your business instead of actually taxing it like Zapier. Okay, that's 5 AI tools that actually hold up in a real business in this day and age. But knowing which tools to use is only step one. The real question is which of these actually belong in your business specifically. So if you want to figure out that part, I broke down exactly how to run your own AI audit in this video right over here. And if you want to see what this looks like in a full-scale operation, I've broken down 11 different AI systems running inside a business making money while a team's not even around. That's the second video linked in the description as well. Go check it out. If you found this tutorial helpful, drop a like, subscribe, and tune in for future videos. I'll see you guys next time's video. Cheers.